Hi, hello, welcome to BEL English. This is an opportunity provided by a Canadian company in the sector of construction, and it's a help job where you'll be assisting the employer who has different projects across various locations and construction sites. Assist him, and you'll be providing him services in terms of requirements arises on the sites. So the salary and duration is about $21 and you are expected to work for 35 hours per week. So before we get into the details of this particular job posting, if you are new to the channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell button next to it. And if you are watching on Facebook or Instagram, please do like this video and follow our page for regular video updates. Let's get into the video now. This is a construction company and the company name is B2 Framing Limited. It's located in Surrey, British Columbia. The job details goes here on. The salary is about $21.5 per hour is being provided for this position. The work duration is 35 hours per week and the terms of employment is permanent and type is full-time job. And the start date, the employer is looking for someone who can join them as soon as possible. Most importantly, this is a LMIA applied job. The foreigner can be recruited for this job and the employer has already filed labor shortage and the skill shortage in his country so that he can recruit the foreigners on a temporary basis. Besides, he encouraging Canadians and permanent residents to apply for this job. He is open to intake the foreigners as well. The job requirement is language. You have to know English very well. You have to have a good command over the language. As you know, there are two official languages in Canada, one being English and the other is French. So this employer is asking for someone who knows English very well to apply for this job. An education and experience, no matter what you have. He is neither looking for a degree nor a certificate nor a diploma. An experience, if you possess any relevant experience, that would be treated as an asset. Perhaps there is no mandatory requirement that you should possess the experience. The specific skills goes here on. You are supposed to remove rubble and other debris at construction sites. Of course, you know how a construction site would be. And people might have already witnessed how much debris and dust would actually be flowing in a construction site. As you'll have certain demolition, certain creation, construction, patchwork, and other activities involving in constructions, every other activity would actually generate a lot amount of dust and pollution. And you are supposed to be aware of this particular thing before you get into this job. And remove rubbles is something like you have to keep your place clean, and quite often you are supposed to clear the debris and rubbles accumulated due to the other construction activities. Mix, pour and spread the material. Of course, any patching material or cement or any other materials has to be mixed. They have to be poured to the appropriate channels and spreaded in how the way the employer is actually asking you to do. Load, unload and transport construction materials. Any site would have continuous flow of equipments and in order to pursue the construction activity. So loading and unloading is quite often, it's a predominant activity when it comes to the helper. So you are supposed to load certain things which has to be thrown out from the construction site, and things which are supposed to arrive has to be unloaded from the vehicle once it reaches. Erect, dismantle concrete forms, scaffolding, ramps, catwalks, shoring, and barricades. Any construction site, as you would have witnessed, would have all these scaffoldings, ramps, and then barricades, soarings. So everything has to be handled by you. The catwalk, soarings, and Barricades has to be placed appropriately and changed as how the employer asks you to do. In scaffolding, of course, you are supposed to do it for any construction site. Assist in framing houses, erecting walls, and building roofs. So, of course, any construction will have this framing the houses and then erecting the walls. So, the construction entirely differs abroad. So, when it comes to domestic construction, people might have different setup, and it differs to every region. The available material, stability, and calamities would be into higher consideration when it comes to a construction or making a building. So clean and pile salvaged materials. You are supposed to clean and pile them appropriately in the location which has been allocated for it. Chemical spills has to be clean, and any other contaminants. All these sites would have a lot of materials. Besides the regular, they'll have the chemical materials as well. So none of them is without chemical now. For cleaning, for softening the surface, for painting, everything the chemical would be used. So you have to clean the spills of them. And then any contaminants besides the actual required materials. Assist in drilling and blasting rocks on construction sites. At times, there might be a rock underneath or any specific activity which requires a drilling. So while laying a basement or raising up a building, you are supposed to assist in drilling and blasting things. And these are all a typical construction site work which happens day in and day out. So it's going to be a routine job from start till end. You'll have all kind of monotonous. Perhaps the difference would be the position or the place where you are going to assist. So that might actually switch depending on the day and depending on the requirements on that specific day by the employer. The specialization, it's all residential. So as it being residential, still there will be certain unplanned activities and certain planned activities. However, you don't have to worry about huge structures as it is residential. The corporate and the commercials would actually have huge structures, which would be the question for certain peoples about the safety precautions. Though they would have taken sufficient safety precautions, people would question that. So since this being the residential, you all have a safer structure, and that will be predominantly on urban regions. Weight handling, so you are supposed to handle up to 45 kgs. As a helper, you will assist in lifting equipments, and you are supposed to be in a position to handle minimum of 45 kgs. Work site would be outdoor and dusty. As we have been discussing about the site work, you would have actually conceived the idea like how a working site would be. Working condition and physical capabilities, you are supposed to handle heavy loads, physically demanding. So any helper job, and that too into construction, where day in and day out the production goes on, the workers would be deployed for raising a building or a household, anything, they do have a deadline for which they will be pushing people to get things completed. At that space, since being a helper, you are supposed to have a lot of ability to be physically demanding, and you have a lot of significance. So make things happen as how the employer has planned. Work location information, you are supposed to work at different locations. You'll be delegated to different locations depending on the projects which the employer has taken up. The personal suitability, you must be a team player. As you know, there will be different teams and several people working along with. You are supposed to be a good team player. Only then you'll be able to get along with them and maneuver with the resources available. So besides being a person who is attentive enough to the details of the employer, you are supposed to actually be a good team player. And this employer promotes all the indigenous people, persons with disabilities, and newcomers to Canada, and he gives them and equal employment opportunities, irrespective of anything matters. And how to apply? You have to apply through email. I've given this post on the below description box through a reference website. So the post is available there along with the email address. You can drop in an email with the details of your profile, portfolio, and your updated resume, and most importantly, a proper cover letter. So write in an email with the details of your experience, expertise, and everything, and drop it to the employer. So you'll soon hear back from him. So before I sign off, please support the channel, subscribe to the channel, click the bell button, follow the page, and follow us on Instagram as well. Again, to be specific, the post is available on the below description box reference website link. You can access it and apply through the email address provided. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. Definitely this will be of helpful for them. We'll see you soon with another new job posting. Till then, take care guys. Bye-bye.